Would you look at that? Absolutely beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest. I'm Tobin. Behind me is Blue River Reservoir. I'm up in the Willamette National Forest. My wife and our daughter are with us, as well as Luna. You'll see some of them in the B-roll if they don't come walking down. I record the B-roll before the shave, and in the B-roll you'll see a 360 of my surroundings and my setup. Got you sitting on a tripod, and right below you is a mirror. Bay Gum, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. It's Wrigley's Juicy Fruit and Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Bay Gum, Bay Rum spices. I love Atomic Aged Bay Rum. I'm wearing the shirt that my family bought me a few years ago for, I believe, Father's Day. Atomic Aged Bay Rum is one of my absolute favorite fragrances. While I apply, here comes Luna now, while I apply the Tube 2.0 pre-shave, let's talk about it a little bit. Hi, Luna. What are you doing? Can I throw a rock for you? She came much sooner than I expected her to. So, this is what the face. That is the Cube pre-shave in a travel container. So this fragrance, now hear me out. I like it. For those of you keeping score at home of what my wife and our teenage daughter scores these at, my wife gives it a 7, Emily gives it a 5. 0 being I hate it, 10 being I love it. So 5 is and I like it. Now getting a 5 out of Emily is saying a lot because she does not like Bay Rum. I have all of PAA's current line of Bay Rums. I used to have Pomegranate Bay, that's discontinued. I haven't had it in years. That was in the, 2021 Advent calendar. Prior to the release of Atomic Aged Bay Rum, I believe that was like 2017, somewhere thereabout, I owned the first 2 Bay Rums that I ever purchased were Barrister and Mann's and Sterling, and I bought them both within a week or so of each other, and somewhere around 2015. I still have both of those sets. This year's Advent calendar is where we got Bay Gum, and it was so popular from that release that Doug and Fran had to release it. So far, I have only used my Advent calendar. I'll come back to it, guys. I do have the full set now. The reason why I'm doing this review late is because I was waiting for the full set to come. Even though Doug mailed them all out on a Tuesday, or no, on a Thursday, a week ago Thursday. He mailed them out on a Thursday, and my friend Mathew Lawrence, a link to his description, a link to his channel will be in the description. I didn't get mine until Saturday, and it released on Saturday. And yesterday was just today is now Sunday. It was just pouring down rain, nasty day. So I knew today was going to be a nice day. And rather than do it from the den, I really wanted to get out for an outdoor review. Back to what I was saying about Bay Gum. So I've used it. I've shaved with it 6 times now. I've had it since, what was it, the 6th day or whatever of the Christmas Advent calendar. You have to come up here. She's all the way down in the lake. Now you can't see her. You'll be able to see that in the B-roll. She actually went down into the lake during the B-roll. Just a second, let me pause it. Oh, here, hold on. Watch this. If I tell her to get Emily, she'll go get Emily. Where's Emily? Go get Emily. Go get Emily. Where's Emily? Go get Emily. Where's Emily? Go get Emily. Keep going. Where's Emily? There. Where's Emily? Bye, baby. Where's Emily? Go get Emily. So I like this fragrance. I've shaved with it 5 or 6 times, and I've worn it on the back of my hand. Right now, I applied it right here a few hours ago, and then just a few minutes ago, I applied it again. I've been trying to break down this fragrance and not just like it, but love it. Dave Johnson is the one who came up with the idea. He's the guy behind Fragrance Bros. And then Douglas Smythe and Francis Towell, they're the ones who created the soap and splash, right? They're the people behind Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. I have literally watched 80% of Dave Johnson's Fragrance Bros videos. I'll put a link in the description to his channel as well. He's a fragrance reviewer. And I love Daver, that's what they call him. I love Dave's content. I loved Thought Forms. He and Douglas put that fragrance together. And so I really want to like this fragrance because I also love Douglas and his content and everything that he does for the community. So let's talk about what I don't like about it, what I do like about it, and then what you might love about it. The Star Wisp, what is that, 26 millimeter, right? And that is a synthetic knot similar to what's in the Roswell gray fibers found in the Starcraft and the Peregrino. So it smells like Wrigley's right off the top. It smells like Wrigley's gum very much. Not an exact dead ringer, but like 90%. It will remind you of Wrigley's. It's virtually a dead ringer. It is, but when you smell them side by side, you can pick out the little differences, and that's because of the Bay Rum that is in with the Wrigley's, with the Bay gum. So for me, and what I was saying a minute ago about Bear Stearns Man and Sterling, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements has been and is a gateway to Bay Rum for a lot of wet shavers and fragrance lovers in general. Back in 2015-ish is when I bought the Sterling and the Bear Stearns Man, and you know, that's back when I was still exploring fragrances and learning what I liked, and I never really cared for them. And if I had to give them a number today, I'd give them a 4. I like them, and I should get rid of them. Just for whatever reason, I hold on to them. And I haven't used them in years, to be totally honest. I can't even tell you the last time I used it. So with that being said, in 2017, I believe thereabout is when Atomic Age Bay Rum came out. And there was a lot of hype around it. Doug had put a lot of work into it, and up until that point, I don't think I'd ever tried any of his stuff, not even in a sample, because it was around 2017 is when I actually became a fan. I'm a self-proclaimed fanboy of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements and a schnerd, a shaving nerd. And all that really started to come into play somewhere around 2016 to 2017, looking back, my real devotion to the community and the hobby in general. And that also happens to be about the time, if I recall correctly, that Atomic Age Bay Rum came out. And that's the fragrance that's on the shirt that I'm wearing. Ton of hype around it because Doug had put a bunch of work into it. He spent like 5 years alone trying to create a better Bay Rum than he had already created. Classico was on the market at that time. Doug first started creating fragrances in an effort to create a better Bay Rum because there wasn't any good Bay Rums in the market, and in my opinion, it's very difficult to find a Bay Rum. I still haven't found any Bay Rums that come anywhere close to Doug's, and I own 5 or 6, maybe 8 or 9 other Bay Rums. I own a few Ogalalas because they make different fragrances, right? None of them come anywhere close. At the very best, outside of Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, I give those Bay Rums a 5 or 6 at best. Atomic Age Bay Rum is a 10 out of 10, hands down. Boomtown, 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it. The coconut and the pineapple, absolutely love it. You guys know, if you follow my content, that I love Keepsake Fruitcake that has Bay Rum DNA. Space Nog, others, right? So Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements is a gateway for many of us into Bay Rum. I believe that this Bay Gum may be his best gateway yet. If you do not like Bay Rums, if you only like Bay Rums, this is a fragrance worth grabbing a sample or just doing a blind buy and trying it, because that Wrigley's, it has a sweetness. It's not a gourmand, but it has like gourmand DNA. For me though, and why I like it, and why I don't love it, and one day it may grow on me. You know, I keep fragrances like those, like I was already saying, for years, and sooner or later, with some of them, I fall in love with them. Others, my opinion never changes, but a good percentage of the time, a damn good percentage of the time, I end up falling in love with the fragrance. I have the original dual open comb Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements loaded with a first use Menorah Platinum. This one is very similar to the Ascension Select. It was the predecessor to the Ascension razors. It works the same way. It is very mild. That dual open comb does not make it aggressive. Blade gap, blade exposure, and angle is what makes the razor aggressive. Open comb does not. first use Menorah Platinum. So for me, I like this fragrance. One, because I love Wrigley's Juicy Fruit. I really do. It's not my daily gum of choice. I normally choose Trident. Growing up, and still to this day, my mom only chews one gum, and that's Juicy Fruit. And so growing up as a kid, I was always getting pieces of Juicy Fruit from her. I've always enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. It's absolutely amazing. In fact, Emily and I were chewing a piece a few minutes ago, and she's of course has chewed Juicy Fruit because of my mom as well. And she's like, dang, this is really good, because we hadn't had it in a while. And I had my wife pick me up a pack the other day at the store just for this video, and just so I could chew it and experience it again before the video. So because of that, and because this is a pretty much damn dead ringer for Wrigley's Juicy Fruit, I absolutely love it. Real quick too, while I'm thinking about it, a few people have asked me if this smells like clown fruit. It doesn't smell at all like clown fruit, not one bit. Got clown fruit on the back of my hand. Between the tobacco, the Artemisia, aka wormwood, and the absinthe, and the Hungarian oak, and other things that are going on in clown fruit, these are not at all the same at all. Luna, go get Emily. She's coming back to me. All right, so we got that sidebar, right? For me, this is a lot. No, they don't smell the same. That's not what I'm saying. I'm making a contrast and comparison to the other fragrances that is in these Bay Rums and the Bay Rum itself. So just like with Pomegranate Bay was fruity, and I felt like with it, the Bay Rum never truly shined. Now, we have fragrances like Space Nog. I freaking love it. Keepsake Fruitcake, love it. Gingerbread Man, I kind of like it. All these fragrances that I've had up on the screen, or I'm putting up on the screen now, they all have Bay Rum in them. But Bay Rum is not the star of the show in those fragrances. And I feel like this is kind of in that same category, because the Bay Rum, in my opinion, never truly shines. I've watched a couple of reviews, and you know, the beauty of it is I always recommend to people that you watch more than one review of something. There's a couple of reviewers who, in their review, will tell you that the exact opposite of what I'm telling you. In my opinion, and in my OCD breakdown of this fragrance over the last several weeks going back to Christmas, this is at least 80% bubblegum and only 20% Bay Rum. And for me, with Bay being in the name, it should have more of a Bay Rum essence to it. And so because of that, I don't love it. Now here's another thing, right? And another reason why you might absolutely love it and want to wear it is because it's not strong on the Bay Rum, is why my wife gives it a 7, and why people who are normally turned off by Bay Rums, my wife and daughter included, I can wear this fragrance around them. But because of that candy sweetness from the gum, the gummy sweetness, whatever you want to call it, to me, this is my personal honest opinion, this is a almost feminine Bay Rum, to where it's very soft, very delicate. I'll have both reviews to Matthew Lawrence's videos in the description. Matthew, when the Advent calendar came out, he did his first impressions of it out of the calendar, and then Doug also sent him a full set to review. Out of all the reviews I watched, honestly, I liked Matthew's the best, because Matthew did a great job of breaking it down. He just didn't tell you that he enjoyed it. He actually was able to tell you why he enjoyed it. And I hope I'm doing a good job of conveying this to you guys, because while I like it, I haven't counted them, 8 or 9 different Bay Rums from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. If you don't have a Bay Rum already in your den, and you like gourmands or sweeter fragrances, I think you should absolutely buy this set. It's amazing. It really is. And that the Wrigley's is going to take you back. In a video I haven't released yet, I recorded it last weekend at the Pacific Coast in Yachats. I did a review of Neon Moon, and I'm going to publish that here in a couple of days. I recorded it last Saturday, more than a week ago now, 8 days ago. I mentioned how I'm working on a scoring system, and I'm not revealing that in this video. I'm going to do that in a Rambles, Rants, and Razors video. And like I mentioned in that video too, you'll see when I drop it if you watch it. Uniqueness is something that I will heavily focus on, and I always do focus on, but it's something that I'll talk about in that system when I finally reveal it. This is extremely unique from the label, and to me that's kind of a Moby Dick thing going on there, and you have Ishmael behind the wheel. I love how you have the cube inside the bubblegum. If you look, and since I mentioned this in Hinoki and I mentioned it in my Yule ham review, it was a ton of fun because the very last ingredient that Doug put on all of these splashes was a make-believe ingredient, an ingredient that's not really in it. So like Yule ham was Muppet Absolute, which Steve, my friend who watches the channel, he's right, that's a reference to Miss Piggy. And I forget what it said on Hinoki. If I remember, I'll put a photo of it right up here. The very last one on this one, and it's only on the advent calendar. You will not see it in the ingredients label here. It's only on the ingredients label here. I've only used this a little bit on the back of my hand. The last ingredient is Quacog Absolute, and that's this guy here from the Moby Dick book. So I love the label. Extremely unique, extremely cool. The fragrance, extremely unique. I do have a bubblegum fragrance in the den. You guys might remember my review of it. That was Pink Magic. This is not at all the same kind though. That, you know, Pink Magic. Luna, where's Emily? Go get Emily. Will you call her? Go get Emily. Where's Emily? Good girl. Go get Emily. They even play hide and seek. So that Pink Magic, you know, was a pink bubblegum type deal, like Double Bubble or Bubblelicious, right? And rumor is that they're supposed to be coming out with Bazooka. But anyways, this is not at all like that. This is Wrigley's. So, you know, two different types of bubblegum. So that still, in my opinion, makes it extremely unique because to my knowledge, no one has ever done a Wrigley's fragrance soap. And they certainly have never, to my knowledge, done Wrigley's with Bay Rum. Did you guys see my Chewbacca scoop? Got stuff here behind you. The Alumbot. If you're looking for a fruity, different type of Bay Rum, I think pineapple Bay Rum, I call it PBR, or the coconut lime might be right up your alley. I think I was starting to say a minute ago, but then I didn't finish my thought. Because of all the Bay Rums that I already have from PAA, and the main line, the Boomtown, the coconut lime, the pineapple, the Atomic Age, and the Classico, I absolutely love. Most of the time, I reach for either Boomtown or Atomic. And then like in the summer, I'm reaching for coconut and the PBR, the pineapple. And then when I'm in the mood for it, I'll grab the Classico because they're all slightly different from one another. My absolute favorite is Boomtown, followed by Atomic Age. Killer deal, guys. It's like $9.95 for this giant brick. 120 grams is what it was when I originally bought it. Probably still is 120 grams. The thing's gonna last me forever. So because of that, this will not be a Bay Rum that I reach for very often. So if you are like me and you have a ton of Bay Rums already, normally I would let this sit for 2 or 3 minutes before I applied my splash. But for the video time purposes, I'm going to apply it now. So because of that, all the Bay Rums I have to choose from, I won't be reaching for this one very often. But if you don't have a lot of Bay Rums, If I didn't have a lot of Bay Rums, I would reach for this one more often than I would. I absolutely enjoy it. I really, really do. It's just not something that I would wear to work. It's not something that I'm going to wear out with the guys. It's too sweet, it's too candy, it's too playful. But if that is something that you're looking for in a Bay Rum, by golly, this is an absolute must-have. And you know, if you want to add a unique Bay Rum to the den, this is a must-have. But if you're a Bay Rum lover like me, it might be worth passing on. I try not to create FOMO because I know money is tight. And one thing I want you guys to do is always trust what I'm saying. I ran into a little conversation with a guy just yesterday on another channel, and it just totally reminded me of the responsibility I have as a reviewer to give it to you guys straight and honest, and at the same time to be respectful to the artisan and their product and the living that they're trying to make, you know, through the products that they sell. But at the same time, I have an obligation to you guys to not create FOMO, and you know, and just as importantly, if not most importantly, to retain your trust so that you continue to watch my videos knowing that I'm not going to tell you that this is the greatest thing ever. I really, really like it. I really do. But I do not love it. At best, it would be a 6 or a 7. Doug has set the bar so high with Bay Rums that no one will ever come close to Atomic Age or to Classico, and certainly not, in my opinion, Boomtown. Boomtown is leather and gunpowder and Bay Rum, and holy crap, is it freaking epic. You saw there in the photo, I have 3 of the soaps. I have a homemade shave stick, you know, the EDPs. What you didn't see is I also have the shampoo and the bath bars. I have the whole lineup, the deodorant. Same thing with Atomic Age, you know. They're freaking awesome. They're masculine, they're raw, and that is what I'm looking for in a fragrance, and Bay Gum is not that. So there's a lot to love about Bay Gum, but at the same time, for me, there's a lot to be said about why I won't wear it and why I won't reach for it as often as I will the other things. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that this has all come across in a way that is respectful to Doug and Fran, because I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, even though a couple of different times it was implied, that's my bad. I'm not making excuses. This was sent to me, the Soap and Splash was sent to me for review for free from Douglas and Francis. I actually learned the other day by watching a Dave Johnson video that he made a few years ago that it's actually the law. They got me. Sounds like Emily's shooting her 22 again. Some of that will be in the B-roll. But I actually learned that us reviewers are required by law, FTC regulations, to tell the viewer when we have received something for free. And I'll eventually talk about that in my next Bay Rum video, or Rambles, Rants, and Razors video. And I'll include the link to the FTC page and to Dave's video. So once again, I like this fragrance. My biggest complaint with it is that the Bay Rum never truly shines. And because of that, it's not masculine. It's fruity. It smells more like Wrigley's bubblegum, chewing gum, whatever you want to call it. That is Mysterium Serum, my go-to post-shave balm. I absolutely love this stuff. I actually use it on my face. It's full of good stuff, Maynard. So yeah, that's my review. How did I do? Be honest. Give it to me straight. What do you think of that? I feel like I forgot to say something. She got me. Now I said that. You guys take care. Thank you again, Doug, Fran, and Hux. Thank you guys for watching. If I've earned your trust, thank you for your trust. Regardless, I thank you for watching. And at the very least, go get yourself some juicy fruit. The taste is going to move you. And check out Mathew's review. For real. I love Mathew's content, and he nails his full review. Later, guys. Welcome to the B-roll. How did the shave go? How did my review go? There goes Luna. Done a couple of shaves. That island, so it's directly in front of me, not this first body of land, but that second little peninsula that comes out there. That's the island that I did Boondabeard from, except for I was facing towards us, kind of, pretty much. As you can see, the lake is starting to fill back up. How steep that is. Did you find it? Come get another rock. I got a rock. Come get it. She's been playing for hours once again. My wife and daughter, Emily, up above. So let's show you my setup. These stools come in super handy. My notes, my stool, my other stool, yes dear. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you again, Doug, Fran, and Hux, for sending me out Bay Rum to review. I appreciate you guys. It really is a little big things, my friends. I can't wait for spring. It's right around the corner. Can't believe Valentine's Day has come and gone. Take care, and thanks again for joining me out here at Blue River Reservoir.
Don't touch it with your bare hands.
But
Go put the gloves on.
You bring it to me, you clown. Come on. Good girl. Good baby. I love you.